Hi everybody, my name is Bree and welcome back to my channel, Bree's Arts. You guys, this is so exciting. I am so pumped because today I am doing my very first collab with none other than Corie from Crafted by Corie. So just a little bit about Corie. She is amazing. She's so talented. She is so sweet. And I'm so honored that she wanted to do this challenge with me. So what we are doing is what's called the Twine Knot Challenge. We will be doing 3 or 4 DIYs using twine. As usual, I will be using items from Dollar Tree and Dollarama. I cannot wait to see what Corie has cooked up for this challenge. So with that being said, let's just jump right into the first DIY. Okay guys, DIY number 1. So we are going to take a couple of pool noodles. I got them at Dollarama. There were 2 different sizes there, so it was actually perfect for this project. So you can see the blue one is a little bit bigger. And I'm just cutting them down to size. You can use whatever lengths you want to. I used 2 of the smaller ones and 1 bigger one. So here you can see I got these candle holders from the Dollar Tree. They came 4 in a package, and I'm just cutting out the top there because we are going to set those candle holders into the tops of these pool noodles. So just making sure that they fit. I did have to cut them a few times, fiddle with them and whatnot, but it ended up pretty perfect. And now taking Java by Folk Art, we are going to paint the ends of our posts here. So make sure you get the inside and around the rim of each one of our pool noodles. And taking some of this contact paper from Dollar Tree. They do have 2 different wood grain patterns. This is the darker one of the 2. There's also a lighter one. So I'm just going to cut those down to size. And I wanted the wood grain to go up and down our posts. So just make sure, if that's what you want, to line it up on the right side. And just cutting it down to size here. This contact paper worked like a charm, you guys. It's amazing. But there we go. I was gonna say having some trouble finding the ends. So just peel away the backing there, line up your pool noodle, and legit, you just have to roll it up. This is so easy. See? Like a charm. And do that for all 3 of our little faux logs. And you can see here that I am just trimming off some of the excess that was at the top there. Just using my little craft knife from Dollar Tree. So I'm using these little hexagons that I got at Dollarama. I just want to stuff them into the ends there so that you can't see any of that orange or blue poking through. So I just painted them up with my Java chalk paint, and you can see the orange there, and now you can't. Worked perfect. And now taking some antique wax by Folk Art and one of these little plaques that I got on Amazon. I will link them down below. Hopefully they are still available. We're just going to paint this up and wipe off the excess with our baby wipe. So this is the first time that I am using the transfer tape from the Dollar Tree, and I will say that it did work fairly well. It's very sticky, but it is only single use. Like when I use a better quality transfer tape, I can use it over and over and over again, whereas this one, it is very thin and you can only really use it one time, but it worked. So for $1.25, that ain't bad. So just a quick history lesson. I'm using Pier 21 on this piece, and Pier 21 is like Canada's Ellis Island. So all of our ancestors who came over on the steamships would have gone through Pier 21 in Halifax. So I thought that was pretty appropriate. So just weeding that out, I used the white chalk paint, going to sand it down here just to blend everything in, get rid of any edges from the paint, and voila, looks amazing. And just taking a little bit more of my Java and my stencil brush, just gonna rough it up just a little bit more, make sure everything all blends in and is cohesive. And if you end up going a little bit heavy like I did at the top there with your distressing, that is so easily fixed. You'll see that I will sand that down just so that it blends in a little bit better. See there, it's like it never happened. Okay, so now we are going to take these little candle holders that I got at the Dollar Tree, and we're just gonna smush them in to the ends of our little posts here. I did want to get them as level as possible at the top. And now I am going to take some hot glue and just glue these guys together, all three of them, so that now they're one piece. And now for the twine, we are gonna hot glue this thicker twine. I think I got it at Walmart, or maybe it was at Dollarama. And I'm just going to spin this thing around, wrapping the twine around multiple times, 3, 4, 5, 6, however many you want. And now we're going to take one of these cork trivets that you get at the Dollar Tree, and this is what I'm going to make the base of our project with. So I am going to paint it up with some Java chalk paint and then rough down the edges and distress them. So just taking some hot glue out of frame, of course, I will be gluing the bottom of our noodles to the base. And we're going to take more of that rough twine and do the exact same thing, wrap and wrap and wrap, hot glue every now and then on the bottom. And taking some of this thinner twine, I am going to put that on our little sign here, just on the edges to give it that extra little touch. And now we're just going to secure our little sign with some hot glue on the very top there at an angle, just to give it a little bit of character. And taking some of these seashells from Dollar Tree, just place them wherever you want to. I didn't want to go too overboard with them, but they are such a cute touch on this piece. All right, and put your seashells on, glue them on, and that is it, you guys. Oh my goodness, I just love this. DIY number 2. So I'm taking one of these wood rounds that I got off of Amazon. This is a 12-inch, and just using some of my Cascade by Folk Art, I'm just going to paint this up and wipe it off with a baby wipe. And taking some painter's tape, I am just lining it up on my mat so that the lines are parallel, and we're going to tape off the spots where we are going to paint on this little wood round. Again, just lining it up using my mat and making sure that the paint tape is down securely. So the middle stripe and that teeny stripe are going to be black. So just grabbing my black chalk paint, and we're just going to paint that up. And this chalk paint covers so well, you only need one coat of this. And now for your viewing pleasure, removing the painter's tape. Nice crisp lines, love it. Look at that. And I decided that I wanted to do one more stripe at the very bottom, and that one is going to be white. So just putting more painter's tape down, and we'll paint it up. And I did end up doing 2 coats of the white just to get really good full coverage. And ta-da! Does it look great? Oh, loving it. Okay, so taking my Cascade, we are going to paint up one of these Helms. They come in a package from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to paint the middle of it. We do not have to do the back, and we're going to paint the ends of the steering wheel, I guess, with our white chalk paint. And of course, taking our chippy brush and just putting that across the whole thing just to bring out the edges. You see how it just pops when you do that little bit of distressing? Amazing. Now we're going to take some of this twine and we're going to wrap it around each arm of our little helm here. So put some hot glue on, and we are going to wrap around every single one. Super easy, you guys, and it just gives that touch. This is the twine challenge. Isn't it cute? Oh, it's so cute. I love it. I love it. All right, and we are going to put our decal down. I just used some white vinyl here, and it says, "Welcome to Lake Life." All right, this is going to be the worst bow tutorial you've ever seen in your life. Trust me, if you want to learn how to make a bow, go to other YouTubers. So basically, I just took this wired ribbon from Dollarama, made a quick bow, wrapped it around with twine in the center, and there you have it. And taking some of this black and white striped ribbon that I got at Walmart, it screams nautical to me. I'm just wrapping it around, taking some tails, and then I am also going to wrap some twine around the center. And just make sure you floof your bow and make sure it's all secure there. So I am going to also attach them with the twine together, like the wired ribbon and the black and white ribbon, and just tie them up. And then we'll just secure them down to our wood round with some hot glue. And now we're just going to make a little hanger. So I'm just threading one bead onto a piece of twine, and we're going to tie a couple knots around it so it's nice and secure. and then we will hot glue that to the back of our sign. These wood rounds are fairly light, so hot glue is more than enough to keep them hung up on your wall. So we'll just glue down the bow, glue down that little ship's wheel, and then we will also put a little bit of twine around the top of that black stripe just to give it that extra little touch. And you guys, that is it. It is so easy. Oh my goodness, I absolutely love it. Okay, you guys, DIY number 3, and this one is super simple. So we're taking these cute little beach decor pieces from the Dollar Tree, and essentially we're just going to wrap a whole bunch of twine around the bottom to cover up that gold. So I'm using my braided rope that I got off of Amazon. You guys know that I absolutely love it, and just hot gluing it all the way around. We are just going to cover the bottom. And you see what a difference just adding that twine to the bottom makes? It looks so much better. And I was originally going to do all 3 of them, but I ran out of my braided rope, so onto Amazon we go. And using one of these blocks from the Dollar Tree, we're just going to paint that up with our white chalk paint. And you guys know, Parisian gray, this is what we are going to use to distress our little block here. So grabbing a little stencil brush from the Dollar Tree and just going along all of the edges to bring them out and give this piece some character. And now just going to hot glue that starfish onto the block, and that's it. So easy and so cute. Okay, everyone, DIY number 4. So, taking this artist's palette from the Dollarama, I believe, and what we're going to do with it, we are going to water down some of the white chalk paint, and we're going to do a whitewash. So, just mixing it up, and we're going to put it all over this palette. And I will also take a baby wipe and just wipe off the excess, make sure it looks like it's whitewashed instead of painted white. And just make sure you get all the edges and the sides as well. And of course, you guys, using the Parisian gray, we are going to distress this little tray. So grab my chippy brush and go over the entire thing, and then also sand it down a little bit to make it look nice and distressed. Doesn't it look great? Ah, love it. And now we are just going to measure, because I am going to put some holes in the sides here for the handles. So I ended up using, it's 4 inches in on each side, and then I will be using my power drill to drill those holes in. And just be sure to use a drill bit that is big enough so that you can thread some of that nautical rope through. And here I printed off this stencil on my Cricut, Beach Vibes, and we're going to use Nantucket Blue to fill in the words of the stencil. This blue is gorgeous. I am going to be using it all summer long. It is amazing. And now taking Oatmeal by Folk Art. This is for the starfish. So again, dab a brush, dab, 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 dab. Now I lost the footage, but I did use a chippy brush just to dab some of that Nantucket Blue onto the starfish as well. And now we're going to take some Mod Podge just to seal the bottom of the tray and all the corners and the sides. Now this nautical rope that I found at the Dollar Tree is amazing. It's so beautiful. And what we're going to do is we are going to hot glue it all the way around the edges of the tray. And taking that same nautical rope, we are just going to thread that through the holes that we made with our power drill, pull a couple of knots nice and tight, and then we have handles. And you guys, that is it. So easy, so cute. I love it. All right, you guys, I really hope you enjoyed our twine knot challenge today. A huge thank you to Corie from Crafted by Corie. Legit, you guys, she is amazing. She is so sweet, and I am just so thankful that she accepted to do this little collab with me today. Please check out her channel if you haven't already, and you will see why I am such a huge fan. She has so much talent. I will have her channel linked down below, and if you're checking that out, do me a solid. Tap that like button, maybe subscribe, tell your friends, you know, all of that jazz. Stay tuned for the gag reel. Bye, guys. Maybe there.
We need to find some new
Will you not? So, y'all, this is cray cray.
Speaking of
Ow, ow!
Boy.
Did I say that I was super pumped? Because I'm super pumped. A little bit of high bun. That was the dishwasher. The dishwasher needs to be unloaded. I know 2 teenagers who can snap to it right now.
Just be like,
say it's your very first collab.
Oh, thank you. Thanks, Tips.
So I don't know what I'm doing.
Appreciated. See what else we Did I get all of it? Are we good? Did we get it? Are we good? We got it? We're good? We good? We got it. All right. Legit. Go subscribe to Crafted by Corie right now. Go, 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 go. Right now.